Okay, good morning everyone. Myself Vivek Prakash Yadav and I am here to take your biology class, and in continuous series of the classes with the chapter photosynthesis, we are completed with C3 cycles, C4 cycles, okay, all the detailed structure about that. In today's class we are going to write down or we are going to discuss the difference among C3 and C4 cycle. So you can see here C3 cycle, okay. In this case, the primary acceptor of carbon dioxide, because the first step is carboxylation, okay. The primary acceptor of carbon dioxide in C3 plant is RUBP or RUBP, that is ribulose bisphosphate. Now, in the case of C4 plant, the first carbon dioxide acceptor is, in case of C4 plant, the carbon dioxide acceptor is PEP, that is phosphoenol pyruvate. Phosphoenol pyruvate. Okay, so this is the first point. Okay, this is your first point. The primary carbon dioxide acceptor is your what? In the case of C3 cycle, RUBP. In the case of C4 cycle, is your PEP, phosphoenol pyruvate or pyruvic acid, you can also say. Now, the second point is, what is the first stable product? Okay, what is the first stable product? So, in the case of C3 cycle, the first stable product is 3-PGA. The first stable product is 3-PGA, phosphoglyceric acid. 3-phosphoglyceric acid. Okay, 3-phosphoglyceric acid. Okay, the first stable product. In case of C4 cycle, the first stable product is your oxaloacetic acid. First stable product is oxaloacetic acid, that is oxaloacetic acid. Okay, this is your oxaloacetic acid. Now, this is the reason why the cycle is named so. In the case of C3 cycle, the first stable product, that is 3-PGA, it is a 3-carbon compound, 3-carbon compound. And this is the reason why this cycle is known as C3 cycle, because of the first stable product form is 3-carbon compound, that is 3-PGA, okay, phosphoglyceric acid. Same here, the first stable product is oxaloacetic acid. Oxaloacetic acid is a 4-carbon which is a 4-carbon compound. Okay, oxaloacetic acid is a 4-carbon compound, and that is the reason why this reaction is named or this cycle is named. So now we are moving towards the fourth point. Okay. Now, in case of C3 cycle, okay, in case of C3 cycle, what happened? Cranch anatomy absent. Fourth point that we are going. Cranch anatomy. Cranch anatomy is absent. say, okay, C3 cycle or C3 plant. But it is the special feature of C4 cycle that crank anatomy is present. Okay, we all know very well that crank anatomy is the special feature of C4 plant, but it is absent in the case of C3 plant. Second thing, photorespiration. The next point, the fifth point that we are going to discuss is in C3 cycle, photorespiration. Okay, it means with the help of light energy, what happened? The energy molecule form is consumed. Okay, but in the case of C4 cycle, photorespiration. Photorespiration does not take place. Okay, so what is the fifth point? That in the case of C3 cycle, photorespiration occurs. In the case of C4 cycle, photorespiration does not take place. Okay, now the output. Okay, 12 in the case of C3, 12 NADPH and 18 ATP form total. Okay, 12 NADPH and 18 ATP. We can say use instead of form. We can say use. Okay, 12 NADP and 6. How come? We have discussed that in a C3 plant, the cycle 6 to make one glucose molecule, 6 times carbon dioxide is going to be consumed. Yeah. So in single turn, we have found 2 ATP. Okay. During the regeneration, during the reduction step, and 1 at the regeneration. So total 3. So it will total 6 into 3, that is 18 ATP. Okay, and there is formation of 2 NADP. So 6 into 2, that is your 12 NADPH. Got it? So what is the total number here? 12 NADPH and 18 ATP. But in case of C4 cycle, there is use of 12 NADP, 12 NADPH, and how many ATP going to be formed? Total 30 ATP going to be used. 30 ATP. Okay, 30 ATP going to be used. And in the case of C3 cycle, 12 NADPH and 18 ATP going to be used. Okay, so the next point that we are going, C3 cycle, the 7th point, C3 cycle, it is less efficient in utilizing. It is less efficient in utilizing atmospheric carbon dioxide. Okay, less efficient in utilizing atmospheric carbon dioxide, but in the case of C4 plant, it is much more efficient, in utilizing atmospheric carbon dioxide. So what we have found here, that in case of C3 plant, they are less efficient in utilizing atmospheric carbon dioxide, but C4 plant, they have very much efficient in utilizing your carbon dioxide. Okay. Now the next point, that is related with the adaptation of the plant, that C3 plant, or we can say C3 plant, are not much or not able to tolerate high salinity, okay, high salinity or saline condition, okay. They are not able to tolerate high salinity. If the salinity level concentration going to be increased, then there is chances of death of the plant, okay. But in the case of C4 plant, they can tolerate, or they are halophytic in nature, okay. They can tolerate halophytic condition, okay. They can tolerate what? Halophytic condition, okay, but they cannot. C3 plant cannot, but C4 plant can tolerate salinity or halophytic condition. Next point, we can say the C3 plant are adapted. C3 plant are adapted to almost all kind of climate. Okay, what I am saying, that C3 plant are adapted almost all kind of climate. But when we are going to talk about C4 plant, okay, they are adapted to mostly tropical climate. C4 plant are mostly adapted to tropical climate. Okay, they are adapted to tropical climate. So what I told you, it is less efficient in utilizing atmospheric carbon dioxide. Okay, when we are going to talk about with the consumption of carbon dioxide, so C4 plant have more capability to consume atmospheric carbon dioxide when compared to C3 plant. Second point, I told you, C3 plant are not able to tolerate high salinity or halophytic condition. Okay, halophytic condition. But with the C4 plant, we can say that they have the good tolerance against halophytic conditions. The next point, C3 plant adapted to almost every kind of environment or climate you will find. But the special features with the C4 plant is that they are adapted to tropical climate. Okay, they are mostly adapted to tropical climate. Again, the next point, For C3 plant or for C3 cycle to run properly, the optimum temperature, okay, the optimum temperature means all the condition where they grow generally, the optimum temperature lies between 20 degrees Celsius to 25. Okay, 20 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius. But when we are going to talk about C4 plant, okay, C4 plant, then the optimum temperature lies in between 30 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius. Means in the desert, arid region with high temperature region, what happen? You will found mostly C4 plant, or we can say the plant are follow during the biosynthetic phase. During the biosynthetic phase of the photosynthesis, the plant have follow C4 cycle. Okay, C4 cycle in which the first stable product is your what? Oxaloacetic acid, which is a 4-carbon compound. But in normal condition or normal temperature, in that kind of condition, the plant that you found is C3 plant, and the biosynthetic phase of the formation of glucose, we can say, or carbohydrate, is your C3 cycles. And in case of C3 cycle, the first stable product is what? The first stable product is your 3-PGA, which is a 3-carbon compound, and in the C4 plant it is 4-carbon compound, that is oxaloacetic acid, depending on which their name was given so. And the next thing, there is a special kind of feature in C4 plant, that is Cranch anatomy, okay, in which what happens, the C4 cycle takes place in mesophyll cells combination with the bundle seed. But in the case of C3 cycle, mostly the C4 cycle takes place in the mesophyll cells, okay. With the energy compensation, when we are going to talk about 12 NADPH is common in both the cases, C3 and C4 cycle. But when we are going to talk about ATP, use of ATP, so in that case what happened, in C3 cycles there is total 18 ATP used. In C3 cycle the total 18 ATP used, but when we are going to talk about C4 cycle, there is total 30 ATP going to be used. So it is more energy consuming process. C4 cycle is more energy consuming process, and again I told you that in case of C3 cycle photorespiration takes place, but in case of C4 cycle the photorespiration does not take place. So hope you people understood the difference between C3 and C4 cycle, and with this we almost discussed about photosynthesis, different types of reactions, process, methods takes place in photosynthesis. Now in the next class we will going to discuss about the factors which going to be affect the photosynthesis, okay. We will discuss about that, and if after that in photosynthesis chapter few topics will be, or any topic will be left, we will discuss about that, okay. So with this, thank you and have a nice day everyone, okay.